Compliments, 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 compliments. Hey friends, Ash here with Gents, just having a mental breakdown. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be talking about 7 absolute must-try compliment pulling fragrances. You got to try these out at some point. That way you can either say, yes, I agree, that is a sweet compliment puller, or you can go, ha ha ha, I heartily disagree. Just playing, nobody on the internet talks like that. They would be more like, you're a stupid MFing a-hole, blah, 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 blah. I hate compliments. That's a great intro. Let's jump into this. Guys, today's video is brought to you courtesy of ScentSplit.com. In case you're unaware of ScentSplit, they're a fantastic website for ordering decants or samples of fragrances, and they also have some select full-size bottles as well. I'll leave a link in the description to their website. Make sure to check them out anytime you're looking to buy decants or samples. Everything is completely authentic. It comes in these great little travel bottles. I actually really like them. I know it's such a stupid thing to say, but I'm used to the really cheap decant bottles because that's what I use personally. So when I got theirs in, I was like, oh, these are pretty nice. But yeah, check them out. Everything authentic, fast shipping, fantastic fragrances, ScentSplit. First up from Mancera, Instant Crush. Try to kind of roll my R there. Instant Crush. Amberwood, saffron, vanilla, ginger, and rose. Some of the notes in this fragrance. It gets compared to Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now, truthfully, when this fragrance came out, I was not very interested. And the reason for that is because if you were around back then you know there was just a mad rush to cover Instant Crush. Everybody and their mama was out there making videos, making posts, just talking about it. It was like a tidal wave of Mancera posts coming at you, swallowing you up, and destroying everything you love. And so when that came, I was like, nah, Instant Crush, that's okay. That's okay. Just one of those things. I was being, what kind of a hipster, I guess, because everybody was on board the hype train, and I was kind of standing off by the side, you know, like, no thanks. But of course, eventually I did get the fragrance in. And first time I smelled it, I thought, you know, it's pleasant, like most Manceras. Most Manceras are pretty easy to wear and everything. I mean, for the most part. I picked up on the similarities to Baccarat Rouge 540, but I didn't really give it too much thought past that. And then as time went on, of course, my wife smelled it. Other people, family, friends, and whatnot smelled it. And the reaction was always fantastic. So it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I was thinking, really? Really? And yes, the answer to really is yes. People love the thing. Now it's unisex. I think women can pull it off just as easily as men. But as far as just commanding positive attention, that thing does it in spades. Now, of course, some people are going to say, oh, you know, too synthetic for me, much in the same way people might say that about Baccarat Rouge 540. But what you're going to get here, see that safe? Nice. What you're going to get here is a good amount of amberwood, sweet saffron, and then pops of fresh ginger and rose. And that sort of zinginess really helps set the fragrance apart and gives it great versatility. So Instant Crush, first fragrance in this video. And I'll tell you who the biggest compliment pullers of all time are, the Beast Mode Gents. As always, I got to give a shout out to these guys for sponsoring the channel. They are the Beast Mode Gents. I appreciate you guys so much for all the support and for continuing to stick with me over the years. If you'd like to join the Beast Mode Gents or the membership program in general, check out the link in the description below or click the little join button that is right down next to the subscribe button, I guess. Thank you guys. Back to the video. Up next to Parfums de Marly, going with Wajan. Yes, the almost forgotten Wajan. This one, back in the day, people were all about, kind of like Instant Crush, you know, one of those fragrances where it kind of hits that fever pitch for a moment in time. You know, this one moment where everybody is aligned and everybody is going, oh, hype, 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 hype. And anytime that happens, there's nowhere to go but down as far as hype goes. Now, I'm not saying that people don't talk about this nowadays, because they still do, just not like they used to. And there are still some fragrances yet to come that are like that as well. This one's got cinnamon, honey, tonka, benzoin, and vanilla as some of the notes in the scent. All those notes there, sweet, warm and rich, and that's what you're getting here. And this one also has a similarity to Hermès's Ombre Narguilé, which is not a bad thing. This one is amazing in fall and winter, especially during the evening, and I think it is still to this day one of Parfums de Marly's best fragrances. Now we're gonna go with Xerjoff Uden. This has citrus, rum, vanilla, coffee, and gaiac wood as some of the notes in the scent. And this one right here is amazing for kind of neutral weather. Fall, spring, you know, get away with it at times in summer and winter as well. It's got kind of a similarity to Chanel Allure Blanche in the sense that it's a citrusy vanilla gourmand. So it's not really as thick or dense or heavy as gourmand fragrances typically are. You know, this one has that kind of fresh edge to it. And of course, with that citrus and vanilla being whipped together like it is in here, that's going to draw some comparisons to the Chanel. Quality here, amazing. In this line of fragrances though, it gets overshadowed a bit by Neo. Neo is just, you know, one of the tops in that style of scent. So I get it that this one kind of plays second fiddle, but on its own, it is still an amazing fragrance and a big attention grabber. Now we go into Nishane and we're checking out Hacivat. Haciventus. Yeah, it's kind of like Aventus. What a surprise. I would have never thought that. I've never heard of Nishane Hacivat before. So yeah, pineapple, grapefruit, oak moss, and woods. Some of the notes in the scent. Anytime you see pineapple in a fragrance, that's the first thing people are going to say is pineapple, but it smells like Aventus, huh? Yeah, even if nothing else in the note breakdown is even remotely close to what's in Creed's Aventus. If people see pineapple, they're just trained like Pavlov's dog. They see pineapple and they go, Aventus? Creed? Here though, when you see pineapple, yeah, actually it is kind of like Aventus. So not a false flag this time. That said, a lot of people actually prefer this to Creed's Aventus. It is an enormous people-pleasing fragrance like all of these fragrances are. Great versatility here. Great everything, frankly. That's a great breakdown. This one has great everything. Good amount of woodiness in this fragrance, but it doesn't take on that smoky feel that Creed's Aventus can with its more birch heavy batches. Now the next fragrance, a big personal favorite of mine. It is a niche fragrance that has designer sensibilities, we could say. It comes from Memo, Paris. It is African leather. Now this is the first fragrance that I smelled in their leather line of fragrances, and it kind of ruined it for me a little bit. Now, not in the sense that I dislike the other leather fragrances. I've got them all except for French leather. So, you know, I've got Italian, I've got Russian, I've got Moroccan, I've got Ocean. I got it all except for French. I don't have that one yet. So yeah, I like those, but I don't like any of them as much as this one. So what has ended up happening is I smelled this one first, I bought it, and I was like, gotta get the others. And you know, everyone I get in, for the most part, I really enjoy them, but I don't like them as much as this. And I'm just constantly chasing like that next release from the line, thinking maybe this one I like as much or more than African leather, and it still hasn't happened. So this has cardamom, saffron, leather, and vetiver as some of the main notes in the scent. And it's really, really a great showcase for cardamom. It's one of those scents where you spray this on, you get that sweetness, that sexiness from the cardamom right away, right in the top. And as it dries, you get a bit of this saffron that mingles with it, makes an amazing smelling spicy blend in the scent. You get bits and pieces of leather, though it's never really a full-on leather scent in the way some people might want. And in the dry down, you do get some vetiver, some dry grassy vetiver. You know, not a huge amount, but some enough that helps impart some of that, you know, savanna imagery that they're going with here. Amazing fragrance though, fantastic versatility, love this. Now another fragrance that has been forgotten a little bit as time has gone on. It is Amouage Reflection Man. Jasmine, neroli, sandalwood, orris, and vetiver, some of the notes in the scent. Like A couple of the fragrances I've talked about before. If you were around watching fragrance videos or looking through fragrance websites or anything years ago, then you know that at one point, Reflection Man was pretty much the most hyped niche fragrance on the market, at least for a little bit of time there. Now, it's a wonderfully clean, masculine, white floral fragrance. It's got some passing similarities to fragrances like Le Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Part of that is just going to be sort of the powdery nature of the fragrance here, and the way the notes are utilized together makes some people think of Le Male. Great office fragrance, great casually as well, and something you can wear formally if you wanted to. This one, for that brief moment in time that I talked about, was the king of Amouage. I still do think it's a very solid fragrance, one of the most easily worn from the entire house. A lot of people that can't go for other Amouage fragrances, the heavier ones, the more resinous, smoky fragrances that they have, which I think smell awesome. But people that can't go for those can still go for this. Last up, but not least, the tiniest bottle of the bunch, Pardon from Nasomatto. It's not the size that matters though, it's what's on the inside that counts. Or something like that. Oud, chocolate, tonka, sandalwood, and cinnamon, some of the notes in this fragrance. Draws comparisons to L'Instant de Guerlain Extrême from Guerlain. So a higher end version of that, maybe. Again, it's just kind of like the Cliff's Notes super ultra simple way of viewing this. Now this one comes from a house that has some fragrances that are known to be a little challenging. Some of the fragrances from Nasomatto, I would say the vast majority of people, just your average everyday Joes, would smell and go, This one though has, again, it's kind of hard to describe it this way, but a little bit of a designer sensibility to it, in the sense that wearability is still a focus of this one. So instead of just going full on artistic and saying, look, I don't give a crap if you can wear this easily or not, with Pardon, it feels like there was at least some thought given to that. Amazing in fall and winter, great in cool weather. You can wear this casually. It is office safe in my opinion, but you wouldn't want to go very heavy if you're wearing it to the office, and a great formal fragrance as well. And frankly, also a great evening out fragrance. How do you like that? And also, it's like I was Morse coding to you. Help me, help me. But Pardon, love this scent, and it is a big time compliment puller, more so for me than any of the other fragrances that I've worn from the house. And there we have it. 7 absolute must try compliment pulling fragrances. These things are top of the line. They have great quality to them, and they're going to help set you apart from what 99.9% of people are wearing. Again, shout out to ScentSplit for sponsoring this video. Check them out in the description below. Thank you guys for hanging out with me until the end. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.